My friends, the Once Human cash drop has changed quite a bit since launch, and as time has passed, it has become something worth checking out. And in this video we're going to take a look at how it has evolved. We'll go through what's been added, what has changed, and how things work right now. From loot crates and cosmetics to the Meta Pass and Battle Pass. This will give you a clear look at where the shop stands now. If you're new to the game, you will also get a few tips along the way. But overall, this should give you everything you need to know about the cash shop today. And of course, I will share my own thoughts as we go, and I would love to hear what you think too, so feel free to drop your opinions in the comments. Okay, let's get started. Alright, let's start with a quick summary of some of the biggest changes to the cash shop since launch. And then after that, we'll go through the different sections one by one to take a closer look at how everything works today. When Once Human launched in July 2024, the cash shop was pretty simple. It only had like outfits and weapon skins and a few territory cosmetics. And of course, the Meta Pass and the Battle Pass. At first, anything you bought was locked to a single character. Items were cross-shared at all. But that changed later, and players who had bought the same cosmetic on multiple characters also got refunds. These days, most items are cross-character, but only if your characters are on the same region. So in August, about a month after launch, the first Lightforge loot crate arrived. It featured a Pride Glide motorbike skin. Some players had actually tested that skin for free back during the beta, and a lot of people were surprised to see it show up inside a loot crate. Even more surprising was the cost. Some players ended up spending over $200 or euros just to get that motorbike skin from the loot crate. In November, Once Human ran its first big sale on shop items. There were also some limited time cosmetics, including a motorbike skin, which you are seeing here. In December, Meta Bounties were added to the cash shop, letting players spend Crystgin to complete challenges and get exclusive cosmetics. And in January 2025, they finally added the ability to change your character's gender. This had been one of the most requested features since launch, so it was nice to finally see it added. And just recently, we got another big sale along with some reworks to the Meta Pass, which I will talk more about later on. Alright, now let's take a deeper look at the different sections in the cash shop. We start by looking at the top-up section. This is where you buy Crystgin, and for those of you who don't know, it's the premium currency used in the cash shop that you can buy with real money. The pricing and bundle structure have stayed the same since launch. Crystgin is only sold in set bundles, and one important thing to note is that currently, if you buy Crystgin, you are not able to refund it. So let's take a closer look at the rest of the shop. If we start with outfits, now they made some changes here. As we can see, bundles are now highlighted first, where you get outfits and emotes packed together. There have also been some small UI changes to make it a little cleaner. For weapon skins, the first thing you see now is the loot box option, where you can gamble for either a temporary or permanent weapon skin from a set. And you can also see the drop rates here. And these were the first real paid loot boxes added to the game. But honestly, there has not been much fuss about them. This is probably because, as you can see here, you can also buy the weapon skins directly if you want. The new discount zone for the ongoing sale is a great addition. It shows everything on sale in one spot. Hopefully they keep it around and just rotate the deals. It's something I have appreciated in other games, being able to check in and see if something you really want is on sale. There's also a section called Other, where you can find items to modify your character. For example, to apply custom hair dye, rename your character, or get a metamorphosis token to change your character's gender. You can actually get one token for just one energy link, so it can really be worth grabbing. And speaking of energy links, here's a quick tip if you're a new player. Every week you can buy a Mitsuko mark crate for just one energy link, and it gives you 50 Mitsuko's mark. Easy to miss, but definitely worth grabbing. Moving over to territory cosmetics, before the menu across all sections looked like this, but now some look like this instead. Personally, I like this design better, it feels a little clearer and easier to navigate. So one popular pack is the steel frame glass sunroom. It looks great, but it's definitely on the more expensive side. One thing I really appreciate though is that when they added new building pieces to this pack, anyone who already owned the pack got the new items for free. I really hope they keep doing this with the other packs too, like the romantic misty purple street and the Florivox cabin. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Now let's take a look at the Lightforge loot crate, probably the most controversial thing in the cash shop. It's been tweaked a few times since launch. Right now you buy Lightforge ingots using Crystgin, and then spend those ingots to roll for rewards. Each roll can hand you any of the items from the crates. And for rares and epics without stars, you can actually get duplicates, but if that happens, they will automatically convert into Lightforge relics. You can then use those relics to buy more items, or even pick up additional ingots straight from the shop. And there are also the Lightforge gems. You can get them randomly from rolls, or you're guaranteed one after every 20 rolls. Gems are used to buy premium items directly without any RNG. And if you're wondering about drop rates, you can find them here. And if you want to find out how much it can actually cost to get a premium item, we made a full video where we simulated 10 million loot crate runs. Make sure to check it out. A tip if you want to try out the loot crates, you get a 50% discount on your first 10 rolls. So if you like some of the cheaper items in the crate, this can be a way to pick up a few, while still having a chance, even if it's extremely small, to hit one of the premium items. I sometimes do that myself when a new loot crate shows up. In the latest loot crate, premium items are now called grand items, and with that the cost to get them also went up. For example, the new motorbike skin now costs 12 Lightforge gems, while the car skin in the previous crate only cost 10. Both are equally cool skins in my opinion, so it really just seems like a matter of labeling, and for some reason calling them grand makes them seem more exclusive. Personally, I don't really like that change. Some might wonder if former loot crates will come back. We actually had an example where the Pyroglide motorbike skin returned for a while, but it wasn't a full loot crate that returned, just the motorbike skin. And it wasn't available through loot crate rolls, instead you had to buy it using Lightforge relics. And right now there's an event where you can choose one of 3 returned loot crates to open, and these are Freezing Mist, Urban Oddities and Cloud Command. The crate rules and drop rates are the same as they had before, and if you're rolling them before, your progress carries over. You can only activate one crate, but you can switch between them anytime, just not after you start rolling. So here's another example of all loot crates coming back. Now let's talk about Meta Bounties. They were added in December last year and they basically paid achievements. You pay to unlock a bounty, and then once you complete the challenge, you get trophies and other cosmetic rewards. There's also a progress bar tied to them, so the more bounties you finish, the more cosmetics you can unlock. If you want to buy every Meta Bounty currently available, it costs at least 4,700 Crystgin. Personally, I think it's a bit strange to have achievements locked behind the paywall, especially since these launched during a time when there wasn't much new content being added to the game. Honestly, I haven't done that many myself. I'm not even sure if I paid for these or if they were free. I might have unlocked them for just 1 Crystgin at some point. I really wish there were more Meta Bounties that were free, just so everyone could access them without spending. That said, since they're just cosmetic rewards that don't affect gameplay, I guess it's fair in that sense. What do you think about Meta Bounties? Have you bought any? Let us know in the comments. Let's talk about the Battle Pass. The system has stayed mostly the same since launch. There's a free version with useful items like star crumbs, stardust swords and activators, plus some cosmetics and random furniture formulas. And we have the paid version that comes in 2 forms. The Advanced Edition, which is cheaper and unlocks premium rewards, and the Luxurious Edition, which costs a bit more but starts at level 15 and throws in some extra cosmetics. It's a decent option if you want to save time or really like the extra items, but otherwise the regular paid version works just fine. Let's look at the actual rewards in the paid version. They're purely cosmetics, outfits, furniture, weapon skins, plus keys that you can use to buy items in the Battle Pass store. In the earlier Battle Passes they actually included a few of these keys in the free track too, but that's no longer the case. I think that's a bit of a shame. It would have been nice if they kept them. So the paid Battle Pass isn't something you need to buy. It really just depends on whether you like the cosmetics. I have skipped a few myself because the rewards were not my cup of tea, and I'm still not sure if I will get the current one. But overall they have been solid. The rewards are good, the pricing is fair, and most importantly, there's no pay to win in them. Finally, let's talk about the Meta Pass. This is an optional subscription that recently got an update. Some perks are the same, like getting a name decker and access to campsite functions, meaning you can disassemble items right at your camp. And a few perks in Eternaland, like shorter order refresh times and reduced building cost. You used to get 10 Mitsuko marks daily, but that has been changed. Now you get a Starshine coffer each day instead. These coffers can include Mitsuko marks, Lightforge relics or Lightforge ingots, and every 15th coffer guarantees a Lightforge ingot. You can also check the drop rates here. They also added access to these chat stickers, and one nice change is that the Crystgin reward from the Meta Pass has increased. It used to be 300, but now it's 330. And here's something useful to know: if you're planning to buy 330 Crystgin from the top-up store, you might as well just buy the Meta Pass instead. It costs the same, gives you the same amount of Crystgin, but also includes all the extra perks, and at least 2 free rolls on the loot crate, thanks to the included ingots. So overall, I think the Meta Pass is a pretty fair option. It's completely optional and not something you need at all. But if you're going to spend anyway, it's honestly a good deal for what it offers. So after almost a year, the once-human cash drop has grown quite a bit, with more cosmetics, new systems like Meta Bounties and loot crates, and changing to things like the Meta Pass. And the good news is, nothing in the shop is pay to win, also it really comes down to whether you care about cosmetics. Personally, I think some things are well priced, others could definitely be improved, especially when it comes to the cost of premium loot crate items and the paid achievement system. That said, I do appreciate that they have continued to make updates and improvements over time, instead of just leaving the shop untouched. Overall, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Not pay to win, but definitely not without things worth discussing. Let me know what you think about the current state of the cash shop. What do you like, what would you change, and have you bought anything yourself? So this is it. Thank you everyone for watching and have a nice day.